All right, hello, and welcome to tonight's video, this morning's video, whenever you're watching this. But anyway, my mind's just kind of been spiraling all over of what I can do to keep this winter exciting. Again, if you don't know, I live in Denver, Iowa. We're kind of in the armpit of winter right now, as it's like 15 degrees, 50-mile-an-hour winds. It will be 60 degrees this weekend. It could be -10 next weekend. So it's pretty easy for your brain, your emotion, your mood to not necessarily always be motivated to get out and get the work done. And me being someone that has always programmed a majority of my own Hyrox specific training, I have worked with a running coach, but when it comes to most of my strength and conditioning, I've always just kind of written it myself. And that's fine. I've done well off that before. But with that world of Hyrox growing, with my expectations with myself growing, I have started to build a clientele. I am spending a lot more time writing programming for other people, and I'm very specific, and it's very personal. It's very one-on-one, and so far I have nothing but great reviews as far as training other people. That being said, I am still someone that does usually like to kind of stay in my comfort zone. I rarely ever over push or push to a total different world of hurt when it comes to training. And with a lot of my base building for Hyrox kind of done, I have really established a pretty good 20-week base of aerobic conditioning that it's time to start doing some spicier stuff. And I started a little thing on Instagram tonight where I think I'm just going to do like a winter series or like a 2-month series of where Hyrox is growing so much right now that there are so many workout pages. There's just people, some pages you can kind of tell they're just throwing shit at a wall and see what sticks. But some of these people are very good professionals, whether they're on the athlete side or whether they're on the trainer side, and more like on the science side of when you should. There's always good workouts out there, but it's when should you do them in your training. Now, fortunately for me, I do know pretty well when and where I need certain heart rate training, certain stress thresholds, durations, blah, blah, blah. So I just figured with this being an 8-week period of where I need probably a lot more threshold and intensity work, I figured why not lean into Instagram, scroll through some pages, lean into the best of the best and find some of their workouts that those guys are very generously posting on their public story, and then just let Instagram do the programming for me. So I figured that'd be something to just kind of at least make 1 or 2 days a week a little bit more just kind of off the grid, exciting. Like, I'm just not sure what I'm gonna do today, but I'm gonna make sure that it's gets the job done for me. Mostly looking for like zone 3, zone 4, zone 5 work, and just put my head down and get to work. So tonight's workout is going to be brought to you by Ryan Kent, who is an Elite 15 North American champion in Hyrox, DecaFit. The dude's just an absolute monster. So when you see a workout that he's doing, it's probably best you give it a shot. So let's go through that workout.
All right. So with every session, I'm just trying to add a little bit of extra credit moving into Vegas. I know I just need to continue. I always think that my volume is high, but when it comes to something like Hyrox, you're really looking into that half marathon to marathon type of training volume. So we started the day off with a 30-minute bike, put the damper on 4, just enough to kind of get the blood flowing in the legs. Then I spent about 25 minutes doing some upper body prep. I didn't do anything really too taxing, as if you watched yesterday's video, I did a lot of burpees and push-ups with a weighted vest on. So the shoulders were already pretty smoked. So I didn't really want to do too much damage there. But just did some lateral raises, some front raises, a little bit of skiing, some burpee broad jumps, some assault bike, just honestly, just 25 minutes just waking the body up, because I had a pretty good feeling this workout was going to get me, and I wanted it to, and I wanted to be able to stay there. So always spend enough time getting your body warmed up, ready to roll. So Ryan's workout today was 2 rounds. You got a 60-minute continuous clock. You're looking at 2 rounds, 1,500 meters on the ski. Then you're going to do 1,500 meters on the row. Then you're going to do 75 calories on the assault bike. You're going to go through that 2 times. The goal for me here was to ski between 155 and 2 minutes flat per 500. Nothing slower, nothing faster. On the row, I was about 150 to 155. And on the assault bike, I was holding about 61 to 63 RPMs, which would be about 300 to 305 watts. The goal here, I kept my watch on heart rate the whole time. I'm just using my watch. I don't have a heart rate monitor like a strap or an arm strap. But for the most part, when I'm in zone 4, my watch is usually telling me that I'm in zone 4. So the goal here was not to make this a zone 2 work, but it wasn't to make it a zone 5. And that's exactly what you're looking for when it comes to a Hyrox. You want to get as high of that threshold as possible without tipping over the edge, resulting in big, long breaks or just being absolutely done to where you pop. So after you complete that 2 rounds, you're going to jump on the treadmill. With that remaining time of that 60 minutes, your score is going to be a max effort run. I'll tell you, the first quarter mile getting off that assault bike was absolutely brutal, but that's kind of the whole thing with Hyrox, is just settle in, maintain, and know that it's probably not going to get any worse. And honestly, I was able to speed up and my heart rate was able to come down. And that's what you're looking for in Hyrox. That's where volume comes in. That's where all the conditioning comes in. And that's what pays off in the long run. So I started off at a 0.5 incline, 8.2 miles an hour, and I worked all the way up to about 9.4 miles an hour. So probably working from like 720 a mile pace down to like 630, 625 pace. I got on with about 21 minutes left. My goal was to hopefully get a 5K in, and that's pretty much what I got to. I got to 3.0, like 6 miles, whatever. It's right there. 21, 25 is what remaining time I had left. It was a doozy. It's a great baseline. I can't wait to try it again. Hopefully get to 3.5 miles, 10 out of 10.